Chapter 5. I also tried being a merchant today. I was contemplating making food that I could quickly cook and eat at any time by storing it in my item box. Since cooking in my room would leave lingering smells, I opted to use the inn's inner courtyard. I decided to start with stocking up on miso pickled orc general meat. I marinated the meat in miso tear and sealed it in a vinyl bag for later use in making miso grilled meat. Next, I prepared various fried foods that had been popular lately. I portioned them out for later frying, using meats like black serpent, rock bird, and giant dodo, and split them into 2 flavors. As I was preparing large quantities, I also took the opportunity to steam rice. After washing and soaking the grains, I steamed them using my new stove and clay pot, adding to my cooking setup, which now included 3 stoves. Once the rice was done, I stored most of it in my item box to keep it fresh and available anytime. I continued steaming more rice on the 3 stoves. Feeling unconcerned about money, I indulged in purchasing a new stove and clay pot, bringing my total to 3 stoves. I knew handling more would be impractical and risk burning the food. With the rice taken care of, I turned to preparing the miso marinated meat. It was demanding work, considering Fel and Sui's appetites, but I managed to prepare a substantial amount. After storing the finished rice in my item box, I proceeded to steam more batches. 2 pots of rice remained in the item box while I used the 3rd to make rice balls. With ingredients sourced from the online supermarket, I continued making rice balls with various fillings such as regular seaweed, brown seaweed, salmon, and baby sardines. Although their shapes were imperfect, I found them charming and satisfying. Excited by a hand-cranked mincer I had seen online, I purchased it to make my own ground meat. My first dish using it would be Hamburg steak, a versatile dish that practically everyone enjoyed. Starting with minced bloody horn bull, I then minced orc general meat, both of which were painstaking tasks. Despite the effort, I was eager to proceed with making Hamburg steaks. First, I minced onions and decided to use a mix of 60% bloody horn bull and 40% orc general meat for the patties. I mixed panko with milk and combined it with the ground meat, onions, egg, salt, and pepper. Forming the mixture into patties, I lined them up on a tray and stored them in my item box after wrapping. I also experimented by stuffing some patties with meltable cheese. To round out the preparations, I heated oil and fried half of the miso marinated meat, double frying it for extra crispiness. After frying a large batch of courage, I proceeded to fry pork and chicken cutlets, with the latter incorporating cheese. Satisfied with the progress, I decided to also make French fries using the online supermarket, opting for thin-cut and thick-cut varieties with skin. After frying the other items, I moved on to preparing Hamburg steaks in a traditional homemade style with ketchup and Worcestershire sauce. After searing both sides, I added water and steamed the patties before preparing a sauce by mixing and boiling ketchup and Worcestershire sauce. Coating the patties with the sauce, including the cheese-stuffed ones, completed the dish. Despite my meticulous preparations, Fel and Sui eagerly anticipated the meal, prompting me to share some patties with them. In the end, we enjoyed the freshly made Hamburg steaks together, relishing the fruits of my labor with satisfaction and contentment. Ah, delicious! I worked hard today, so maybe I'll treat myself to those fries and some beer. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Chapter 5. I also tried being a merchant. We arrived at the Adventurers Guild to collect the bloody horn bull meat and black serpent meat and hides. Following Old Man Johan, Fel and I headed toward the familiar storehouse. Sui, as usual, was comfortably nestled in my bag. It seemed to suit her perfectly. The guildmaster is still out discussing with Earl Langridge about the mithril lizard and hasn't returned. However, the reward for the bloody horn bulls is under my authority, so I'll give you the payment along with the money for the materials. The guildmaster's absence due to important discussions with the Earl made things a bit more complex. Leading the discussion, Johan broke down our earnings from the quest. Firstly, the reward for the quest is 324 gold. Now breaking down your sales, 58 pairs of bloody hornbull horns fetch 174 gold. 57 hides come to 456 gold. Selling half of the meat amounts to 290 gold for 29 bulls. Additionally, the black serpent's poison sac, fangs, eyes, and magic stone tally up to 79 gold. Altogether, that's 323 gold. Bloody hornbull horns were prized for magic tools, while their leather made excellent bags and shoes. Lambert even had a bloody hornbull bag in his shop. Despite their costliness, their popularity justified the earnings. Usually, for this sum, we'd take a few days to gather the payment, but we can settle it immediately today. Old man Johann placed 5 bags of money on the counter, totaling 1323 gold. My income was growing substantially, thanks in part to Fel's contributions. The pending payment for the mithril lizard would further boost it. Oh, and a message from the guildmaster. We'll waive the butchering fees for you from now on. Keep bringing monsters to us. Free butchering services were a welcome offer, although I currently had enough meat stored. Perhaps Fel might go hunting again someday. Here are the bloody hornbull meat and black serpent meat and hides you requested. Johann handed over 28 hornbulls worth of meat and the black serpent materials. The quantity of bloody hornbull meat was almost overwhelming, so I stashed it all into my item box. Now, let's head back to the inn. I left the guild with Fel and returned to the inn, stopping by a general store for essentials on the way. Fel, I plan to visit Lambert's store after preparing in my room. What about you? I'd be bored in the shed, I'll come with you. Got it. I'll be in my room getting ready, so wait a bit. Recently, I've practically been living at the Adventurers Guild. I'm also part of the Merchants Guild, at least in name, so I should engage in some merchant activities now and then. Having already paid my dues to the guild, I felt obligated to make use of my membership. Therefore, I decided to sell items from my online supermarket here. I already had an idea of what to sell, but I needed Lambert's advice on pricing for this world. He was experienced and could provide valuable insights. Using my skills, I purchased 3 regular soap bars for a copper and 3 rose-scented soap bars for 3 copper. Additionally, I bought shampoo with conditioner for 4 copper and separate shampoo and hair treatment refills for 5 copper each. I also picked up some higher-priced emergency hair masks for 8 copper. Oh yeah, I forgot to buy bottles for packaging. Well, the online supermarket should have suitable bottles for these special products. After unpacking the soaps and repackaging them in small bags, I decided to present the regular soap bars at a lower price, reserving the rose-scented ones as luxury items. Shampoo and conditioner were transferred to corked bottles, suitable for everyday use, while the shampoo and hair treatment were destined for a more affluent clientele, offering superior shine and silkiness. The last-minute addition, the hair mask, found its home in a jam jar-like bottle from the online supermarket, marketed as a premium product promising magical hair transformation. Now everything is prepared. Confident that these products would sell, I still needed Lambert's advice on pricing and market reception. Considering the unfamiliarity of shampoo in this world, public reaction remained uncertain. In any case, I should take these to Lambert and ask for his opinion. But first, I really want to take a bath. Despite adapting to wiping down with a wet towel, my longing for a proper bath persisted as a quintessential Japanese custom. If only I had access to a bath. Hello, I'm Mukohda. Is Lambert here? Arriving at Lambert's store, I was greeted by an employee since Lambert wasn't immediately available. It seemed the employee recognized me and promptly went to inform Lambert. Welcome, Mukohda. So I have some black serpent hide that you had mentioned you wanted before. Oh, I'm so thankful. Well then, this way. Lambert guided me to a reception room at the back. Prompted by Lambert, I sat down, and a maid quickly offered me a cup of oolong tea. So then, will you let me see this black serpent's hide? Following Lambert's request, I took out the black serpent hide from my item box to show him. I see. The hide is beautiful and it's in quite good shape. Lambert continued examining the black serpent's hide, praising its quality. Apparently, finding such a well-preserved hide was quite rare. Since you've got something this good, I'll have to put in some effort as well. How does 50 gold for it sound? 50 gold coins for just the hide? I was taken aback by the unexpectedly high offer. Lambert proceeded to explain his pricing. Just as I told you, this hide is nearly flawless. Any damage significantly reduces its usability, especially for crafting items like bags that require large amounts of leather. With so little waste, I can offer you 50 gold. I understood his reasoning. It was indeed a surprisingly lucrative deal. I'll take that price then. Upon agreeing, Lambert retrieved 50 gold coins from a room in the back. Here are your 50 gold coins. You can count them if you like. Lambert presented them neatly stacked in 5 stacks of 10 coins, typical of a seasoned merchant. I confirm receipt of 50 gold coins. I placed them into the sand snake wallet obtained from Lambert's store, which I had kept unused until now. Oh, that's from our store. Yeah, I've been hesitating to use it since I thought it might be a waste. But since I got this at your store, Lambert, I figured I might as well use it for this. Yes, indeed. Such items gain character with use, so it's best to keep them in circulation for a long while. 50 gold coins in a wallet felt like carrying a small fortune. Suppressing my urge to grin, I refocused on the reason for my visit to Lambert. I have something I'd like to consult with you on. With me? Yes, but before that, I have a large amount of bloody hornbull hide as well. Consider it a gift. I presented Lambert with the hide I had received. Are you sure? Absolutely, I have plenty to spare. Offering a gift often made discussions easier, at least in my experience. Lambert accepted graciously with a nod, and our conversation continued. To tell the truth, I'm also registered with the Merchants Guild. I showed Lambert my iron-ranked guild card. Oh, I see. It's rare to be registered with both the Merchants and Adventurers Guilds. So what I wanted to consult with you about is whether something like this would sell, and if so, what would be an appropriate price? I presented the soaps and shampoos I brought along. Lambert examined the products with interest, starting with the cheaper soap. And as you might discern from its refined scent, I intend to sell this at a higher price. Sniffing the soap, Lambert seemed intrigued. Moving on to the shampoo with conditioner, he uncorked the bottle to get a whiff. This one also promises to leave hair silky. It should appeal particularly to women. Lambert showed genuine interest in the shampoo and hair treatment as well, testing their fragrance. Lastly, my best product. This hair mask will transform hair into something magical. Lambert took a moment, closing his eyes in thought. I anxiously awaited his verdict. Mukohda, meeting you has been truly fortuitous. Surprised by his emotional response, I listened intently as Lambert continued. In fact, my wife's birthday is in 2 weeks, and I've been struggling to find a suitable gift. All I could think of were bags or accessories, but she's grown tired of those gifts. Lambert explained his predicament. He seemed genuinely relieved to have found something potentially perfect. My wife is fond of soap and has been concerned about her hair. If I were to give her these items you've introduced to me, Mukohda, she would be delighted beyond measure. Now I won't have to be ignored, muttered Lambert, seemingly to himself. I found Lambert's personal revelation amusing, though his situation was relatable. If she likes soap so much, do you have a bath? Yes, my wife insisted on having a bath at home. I was curious about baths in this world, usually associated with nobility. Would it be rude to ask to see your bath? Not at all. Lambert led me to his bathroom. Inside, I saw a large round ceramic tub, resembling a wooden tub but sturdier. This is my house's bath. I complimented Lambert on the tub's quality, and he proudly explained its construction using powdered magic stones for enhanced durability and heat retention. 350 gold for a bath. That's expensive. I was intrigued, but focused on my current mission, to get Lambert's feedback on the products and potentially convince him to try them before presenting them to his wife. Before I gift them to your wife, would you mind trying them out? I'll leave you one of each. Your opinion would be invaluable, both in terms of quality and pricing. Absolutely. I should try them myself before giving them to her. Lambert chuckled nervously, contemplating the consequences of presenting an unconventional gift to his wife. Then, I'll leave the rest to you. With that, I departed Lambert's store. Now, with Lambert's insights, I was eager to determine appropriate pricing for my products. The soap, shampoo, and hair treatments offered a range of scents and benefits, potentially appealing to various customers beyond the staple products like salt and pepper. I awaited Lambert's feedback with anticipation. I'm looking forward to what Lambert thinks of it. In the inn's inner courtyard, Fel, Sui, and I had just finished breakfast and were in the middle of digesting. The inn's proprietress approached us with a boy around 12 or 13 years old. "You have a guest from the Lambert Trading Company." I recognized the boy. He was with Lambert when we rescued them. The president says to come to the store immediately." Seems like he's drooling a bit. "Must have seen us eating and gotten hungry. Growing boys? Here, it's a bit heavy for the morning, but this should be fine for you since you're young." I quickly roasted some miso marinated orc general and made a rice bowl for him. The boy's eyes switched repeatedly between the bowl and my face. "Boys your age never get full no matter how much you eat, right? Here, eat up." Are you sure it's okay? I made it for you. Thank you very much." The boy happily dug into his food. "It's good. He's really enjoying it." I handed him some roasted green tea. It's a lighter flavor, so it should be good for him. It was very delicious. This tea as well. Truly, thank you very much. What a polite kid. It's tough out there for kids his age, having to work. The president is still waiting. Right, he's here on behalf of Lambert. He said to bring Fel and Sui, so I brought them with me to Lambert's store. Following the boy, we entered Lambert's store, where Lambert himself rushed over to greet us. "Mukohda, you finally come. Thank God." A woman appeared from behind Lambert, looking to be in her early 30s, with long olive brown hair and a strong-willed aura. "Dear, you promised to introduce me, right?" "Yeah, Mukohda. This is my wife." Lambert's wife pushed him aside and stood in front of me. "I'm Marie, Lambert's wife. Pleased to meet you." She lifted her skirt and gave a neat curtsy. "You've been taking good care of Lambert. I hope you'll do the same with me." Marie approached me confidently. "By the way, what is it?" Marie held a basket containing the products I had given Lambert to test. About these products, Marie explained that she noticed Lambert had a pleasant scent and silky hair after using them, despite his claims otherwise. She was curious and found the products intriguing. "My husband was smelling so good after his bath. His hair was unexpectedly shiny and silky, despite his usual neglect. What woman wouldn't be curious? I suppose she'd be interested if he came out of the bath smelling nice. Women are sensitive to these things." Lambert, under pressure, eventually spilled the beans. When I tried them after she kept asking, I was really surprised. Marie enthusiastically praised the products. She used the rose-scented soap, which made her skin smooth and fragrant. The shampoo also impressed her with its lather and cleansing power. These products are truly wonderful. Marie held up the hair mask bottle, stroking her now glossy hair. My dry, stiff hair became so smooth and shiny. She continued to stroke her hair, clearly delighted. Marie really seems to love her hair. I was surprised too. Marie's beauty has really been enhanced. Women and their beauty routines. So, actually, she wants to buy a lot for herself, doesn't she? "Mukohda, please allow us to sell these in our store." "What? Lambert asking me to sell my products in his leather goods store? Doesn't Lambert sell leather goods? Isn't this completely off topic?" I understand you're surprised. I also objected, but Lambert looked toward Marie, who was insistent. "If we start selling these, not just noble ladies, but even my friends and common women would come to buy them. No woman can resist after seeing my hair." "That much?" "That's right, dear. We're a leather goods store, but these are different. We could designate a corner for them. Please let us stock Mukohda's products." "I see. If you don't want to, I'll do it." "No, I'm not against it." Looks like Lambert is whipped. "I trust you, Marie." I heard Marie mutter under her breath, "Oof-oof-oof-oo, now I can secure my own share." "Marie? Mukohda, sir, will you please allow us to stock your product?" "Marie, you're showing your hand there." "Setting that aside, it's better than I could have hoped. I don't have my own store, and I wouldn't have to deal with customers myself." "Of course it's fine. I'm the one who wanted to ask you to sell these." "Thank you so much. This is good, truly splendid." What would have happened if I refused? Women's tenacity towards beauty is no joke. Now let's talk about the details in the back. Prompted by Marie, Lambert and I followed her. Prompted by Marie, both Lambert and I followed her dejectedly. Lambert, Marie, and I found ourselves in a parlor behind the store space. It seemed Marie intended to join in on the negotiations. Lambert explained that he couldn't allocate a large space immediately and was planning on just a small two-tatami area. Personally, I'd like a larger space, but my husband wouldn't listen. He insists on seeing how well it sells first. Marie appeared disappointed, but I understood Lambert's cautious approach. These were new products vastly different from his usual merchandise, so it made sense to start small. If the space is that limited, should we reduce the number of products? I suggested. Marie leaned forward vehemently. No, that's out of the question. We must sell all of these. Right, dear? Lambert, succumbing to his wife's pressure, nodded reluctantly. The goods Mukohda has brought are every woman's dream. Anyone who hears about them will want them. Marie's confidence was striking, backed by her first-hand experience with the products. I'll be spreading the word myself. Once people see my hair, they won't stop asking about it before I even say a word. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, we get it. You're proud of your hair now. As for pricing, what about 4 silver for this soap? Marie pointed to the cheaper soap. What? But I bought them at 1 copper for 3. Marie, isn't that too expensive? I interjected. Really? I tried it as a hand soap. It foams up nicely and leaves a pleasant scent. Consider the soaps we've used before. They were 3 silver each and barely did the job. Is that so? It is. Given that, 4 silver seems reasonable. I'd even say it's on the lower side. I see. Looks like Lambert is completely under Marie's thumb. Well, it depends on Mukohda's wholesale price. What do you think, Mukohda? Huh? Me? Wholesale price? Maybe around 50% markup? How about 2 silver? I suggested tentatively. Lambert looked surprised. And no, that's way too cheap. How about 2 silver and 5 copper? Even that's quite a deal. What? He's okay with 2 silver and 5 copper? Well, I bought them at 3 for 1 copper, so it's a hefty profit margin for me. Oh, okay then. Deal. The cheaper soap was sold for 2 silver and 5 copper. I'm making quite a profit here. For this scented soap, it leaves such a nice fragrance that I didn't even need perfume. Mukohda mentioned it's pricier, so how about 6 silver each? What do you think, dear? I agree, Marie. 6 silver sounds fair for this. Such refined scents carry value. It'll likely appeal to nobles. I thought the rose-scented ones would fetch more, but even then they were 3 for 3 copper. Now they're 6 silver? And for these? Marie inquired, pointing to the other products. Selling them at 6 silver, huh? Considering the last one, maybe 3 silver and 5 copper? How about 3 silver and 5 copper? Lambert turned to me for confirmation. Are you sure about that? Well, I bought them at 3 copper for 3, so 3 silver and 5 copper is more than fair for me. Yeah, I nodded. Truly, thank you so much, Lambert replied gratefully. If Lambert's thanking me for this, does it mean it's too favorable for him? I'm not entirely sure, but it's no loss for me, so whatever. The negotiations continued, and we settled on the shampoo with conditioner at 7 silver retail, with me getting 4 silver. The shampoo and hair treatment would be sold as a set for 1 gold, netting me 6 silver. They planned to implement a refill system for bottles to reduce waste and costs. Marie assured that the bottle price would cover production costs, which was satisfactory. This specialty product here is so effective, we should only share it with customers buying the set. It's like magic for hair, and should fetch 2 gold. I almost choked. 2 gold? That hair mask came in a cheap tube, costing only 8 copper. 1 tube filled 2 bottles from my online supermarket. In simpler terms, 1 bottle is worth 4 copper. But now, 2 gold? I knew the original cost, but still wondered if it was fair to charge this much. The results speak for themselves. Those who know will understand. It's worth 2 gold, Marie insisted. But still, 2 gold. This product is special, and so is the glass container it comes in. I considered both when setting the price. I see. But the bottle was less than 2 copper when I bought it. While I pondered the ethics of these prices, we agreed I'd receive 1 gold and 2 silver per bottle, including the fancy container cost. Let's start with a trial run. Is that okay, Marie? Yes. Lambert wanted to gauge sales before committing fully. So for now, he bought 30 units of each product. By the way, could you keep it a secret where you got these from? I didn't mind Lambert selling them, but I didn't want random merchants or nobles bothering me. It seemed more trouble than it was worth. Of course, I'm confident they'll sell. We wouldn't share such a good source. Yes, indeed. A reliable source is a merchant's treasure. We won't share it. Thank goodness. At least that's one less worry. Also, I won't be staying in this town forever. Are you okay with that? When I leave, I'll stock up as much as I can for you. Fel had mentioned heading to the ocean. We'd likely leave soon. That's fine. I'll come a few times a year. As long as I know where you'll be, I'll find you. That works for me too. I'll bring the goods tomorrow. We'll look forward to it. It's going to get busy. I need to prepare stock for Lambert now. I'd be reselling this time. The profit from buying and selling would be mine, so the bottle cost was negligible. Billing the expense was a plus. As for the hair mask, it's a specialty. Few orders are expected. I might sell larger bottles to Lambert, giving smaller ones for resale. It all depends on tomorrow's sales. If they sell more, I'll talk to Lambert and Marie. I must stop by a store for bottles. Whoa, it's over. Having finished repackaging all the merchandise to hand over to Lambert tomorrow, I muttered to myself while looking over all the rows of bottles in front of me. I've been smelling soap and shampoo this entire time. It's making me really want to just jump in a bath already. Well, when the money for the mithril lizard comes in, I do plan on looking at bathtubs myself. Whoa, it's already this late? When I looked outside the window, I found that it had already started to become dark. I guess I'll head over to Fel and have dinner. Picking up the bag Sui was in, I headed for the kennel. I feel like eating something hearty today. I have the ground meat. Let's go with that, since it's easy and delicious. Before that, I used my skill to buy eggplants and the tubed sweet and spicy Chinese miso I'd used before. Now then, let's get to making that ground meat and eggplant sweet and spicy Chinese miso stir-fry. Leave the skin on the eggplants and cut them into around 2 centimeters squares. Cook the eggplant morsels in a frying pan with a larger amount of oil than usual until they're heated through. Then add the ground meat. I made it 7 parts Orc General to 3 parts Bloody Horn Bull, and sauté until the meat changes color. Add extra large amounts for Fel and Sui's portions. Add in a little bit of the sweet and spicy Chinese miso mixed with water to the mixture, and let the flavors meld together. Then put in some potato starch to thicken the sauce and reduce excess liquid. After doing so, the dish is complete. Looks delicious. This would be incredibly satisfying eaten with rice. So for Fel and Sui's share, I put the stir-fry on a bed of rice on their plates before giving it to them. I served them an eggplant and ground meat sweet and spicy Chinese miso rice bowl. Here you go. What a nice smell. It really is. The two of them started eating. This is great with this syrupy thing mixed in. Yeah. That's because I made it thick with potato starch so it sticks to the rice. Nice to see you guys get it. They looked like they were enjoying it, but this might not be enough for the two of them. Maybe I should bring out that cheese-stuffed chicken cutlet I made the other day. That isn't enough for you guys, right? Here, have this too. Ah, that white gooey delicious thing is in here. Wow. Sui loves this white thing. It looks like Sui's really loving that cheese. If I get some more time later, it might be worth it to make some more stuff with cheese. Seconds. Fel quickly demanded more after finishing his bowl. Sui wants more too. Ah, Sui too, I see. While I was making seconds for them, the two were happily enjoying the cheese-stuffed chicken cutlet I gave them. Here you are. I gave them their seconds. I also made sure to give them more rice this time around. Now then, I should eat too. First, a bite. The thick sauce of the stir-fry wrapped around the rice, and it was divine. This really stirs the appetite. The eggplant and ground meat and sweet and spicy Chinese miso really complement each other, especially the eggplant and miso. More of this too. Yeah, more of the cheese-stuffed chicken cutlet, right? I handed more of the cutlet to Fel. Sui wants to eat more of that thing we ate before, the cooked meat with the white gooey thing inside. Ah, the cheese-stuffed Hamburg steak, huh? The cheese-stuffed Hamburg steak, right? Sui, is that what you want to eat? Yeah, 'cause having that white gooey stuff inside the meat is good. Man, Sui sure does love cheese. Then just a little. Thanks, Master. Wow, Sui sure is cute, isn't it? While I was cooking the cheese-stuffed patties, Fel asked for a share as well, so I ended up cooking more for the both of them. Smelling the scent of the ketchup and Worcestershire sauce made me want some as well. The patties were delicious, but I think I ate a little too much.